Zoe didn't text back, not because she didn't want to, but because her entire body was locked in a state somewhere between mild panic and full-blown existential seizure. She stared at her phone like it had betrayed her, like the notification wasn't glowing quietly on her screen, but screaming in neon. What did that even mean? Was it a joke? A test? A cruel trick played by the universe during a particularly unstable hormonal phase? Zoe turned her phone face down and fled the room like it might explode. She made tea, not to drink it, just to perform the illusion of control. She lit a candle, rearranged her throw pillows, cleaned her bathroom mirror with the intensity of someone trying to scrub away thoughts she hadn't had in months, at least not out loud. And through all of it, Liam's text pulsed in her periphery like a heartbeat. The last time she'd seen him in person, he'd been Maya's boyfriend. Slightly less scruffy, still devastatingly kind-eyed, wearing a sweater she had wanted to bury her face in. They'd bumped into each other at a mutual friend's engagement party. He'd smiled like he meant it. She'd smiled like she was totally fine. Then they'd talked about books for too long while Maya hovered nearby, looking bored and possessive. That night, Zoe had gone home and written a short story she never published about a man and a woman who orbit each other for years, always too early or too late. She called it Almost, because that was the problem with Liam. He wasn't the one that got away, he was the one who almost stayed, and now he was texting her like he'd never left. Jules called the next morning at 9:07 a.m. because she had a sixth sense for chaos.
You didn't reply, did you?
How do you know these things?
Because you get quiet. And neurotic. Which is your emotional mating call?
I'm not replying to a text that vague. It's emotionally irresponsible.
He said he's single. That's not vague. That's direct. Maybe even romantic if you squint.
He didn't even say hi, just I'm single. That's serial killer energy.
No, babe. That's you broke me, and I'm trying to pretend I'm chill about it energy.
What if it doesn't mean anything? What if it's just a ping, a curiosity text, the romantic equivalent of you up?
And what if it's not? What if he meant it?
Because that was the part that scared her more. That afternoon, Zoe went to work at the small independent literary journal where she'd spent the last 3 years, reading heartbreak essays and quietly wishing someone would write one about her. Not a devastating heartbreak, just a soft, almost sweet kind. The kind that left you wondering if maybe you'd been loved in silence. She couldn't concentrate. Liam's name burned behind her eyelids. What if he'd been thinking about her all this time? What if he'd typed that text 100 times and finally sent it? What if he really was, finally, stupidly, impossibly ready? Or worse, what if he just wanted to feel wanted? Zoe had learned that trick. She knew it well. A 2 a.m. Hey from a past fling, a heart emoji on an old Instagram story, a little ripple in your loneliness pond just to see who still splashes. She didn't want to be someone's ripple, not anymore. That night, she didn't text back, but she opened their old message thread, scrolled, scanned, read the last thing she'd written. No period, no question mark, just LOL. A defense mechanism in 3 letters.
And now he had shit.